This is the thing. Who you choose to hang around with, who you choose to have in your posse, is exactly who you become. Choose your posse wisely. I'm here to tell you that putting yourself first is not selfish, it's revolutionary. Welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast, empowering women to light their lives on fire through Ayurveda, yoga, spirituality, and fitness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Satyavani, and I'm here along with my partner, Prajna Madhavi. And we want to welcome you to the Trainerize app, our branded app. This app has two beautiful functions that we want to share with you to get your health moving in a woman warrior direction.
So the first component is the fitness workout side, which is fabulous. With this app, trainers can give you a personalized experience based on your fitness goals, our dosha assessment, and fitness level. The app has phenomenal access to videos for each exercise so that there is very little confusion. There's also messaging capabilities so that trainers can continually keep in contact with you as you move further into your fitness journey.
The second component is the nutrition piece, because you cannot out-train a bad diet. After the initial assessment is taken, trainers can align your doshic diet to your specific exercise regimen, which means that eating more of what you need and less of what you don't. The recipes are then posted in the app where you can choose meals based on time, ingredients, and taste. And you can always refresh the menu if needed because you prefer something different.
So with these two components, along with our Ayurvedic assessment, we'll give you a unique and individualized experience that you most likely cannot find anywhere else.
I would agree with that. Mm-hmm. By using our personalized app, you'll gain knowledge of what your body needs and be on the road to becoming your best and brightest self. Welcome to our app. Jai Bhagwan, Women Warriors, and welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Satyavani, and of course, we have the famous co-host,
Prajna Madhavi. Hello, everyone.
So good to have each of you here today. So today is actually our final podcast on the fourth kosha, on our Vijnanamaya kosha, the whole intuition space. And we thought we would wrap it up about intuition and relationships. Oh, it's been a hot topic.
Yeah.
I think it's a hot topic for a lot of people right now.
Yeah.
So we are excited to bring that to you today and discuss all the various aspects of relationships and how we can really plug in our intuition into cultivating strong relationships, as well as trying to avoid some pitfalls that may come about in any relationship, and also the personal experiences we've had with.
Gotta share those.
I know, because I think they're relevant. I really do. Not because we want to sit here and talk about ourselves, but rather because everybody goes through these things. And I think that as we talk about them, other people are more inclined to open up and talk about them. So we are excited to talk about this today. So, but beforehand, we have some announcements. Yes? Yeah. All right. So let's start out with our announcements.
Okay.
Go for it, girl.
So first announcement was at Fit Body Boot Camp. We had our last hybrid camp this last Sunday, and it was phenomenal.
Oh,
it was a really good time.
So great.
People really enjoyed it, and it leads the door open for us to do more in the future. We're going to wait until after fall when everyone gets their kids back to school and kind of settles that down a little bit, and then we will start up a new hybrid camp and have to think of some new ideas as to what...
You kind of are the master at programming. It's so great because you like call me and you're like, I have this idea. I'm like, great. I'm so glad you have that idea.
Good.
I'll just shout into the microphone for, the 25 minutes that I have to do it.
Tell me what to do.
No, but they've been great. They've been beautifully programmed, and I think that they have been challenging every single time.
It's taking me 23 years in the classroom with lesson plans and kind of creating it into a coaching experience. I mean, I coached for a lot of years too, and it's just a lot of fun to create them. So it's been great.
And you seem to have fun with it. Like, do you have fun with it? I don't think I've ever asked you. Do you have fun with it?
I do.
Okay.
I stay up at night, like thinking of, let's do bingo. Like that was couldn't get to sleep because I was thinking about how it's all going to work. And
so great.
excited to do it. So, yeah.
So you are officially the hybrid camp programmer, which is great.
Okay.
Because then I can just take myself out of the equation.
Yep. As you should. You
Thank
do
you.
lots of planning for other things. The next thing we have our Spartan in Boise, or Payette, more particularly, at the Big Hill Ranch, evidently is what it's called.
The Big Hill Ranch.
This Sunday.
Isn't it like some random dude's property?
Yeah, I think it is. From what it looked like when I was looking at the directions, it just says Big Hill Ranch on it. So I had heard that there was a big hill at this one. We have yet to find out. I mean, it's not going up Snow Basin, so
It can't be worse. Can't
what's the worst that can
What's the
happen?
worst that could happen?
We'll talk about that in the next podcast.
Yes.
What's the worst that could happen?
I'm glad, though, that we're getting to do one locally.
Yes.
You know, represent, boys.
And with more people, we've got coaches from Fit Body, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Lots of fun opportunities to do B-reels and yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yep.
And thank you to Tamra, who's on our team, Coach Tamra from Fit Body Bootcamp, who got those great logoed
great.
shirts. Oh my God, they look great.
Yeah.
So we'll be running around with logos that say Team Fit Body on
Yep.
it. So
And it's from Eagle Ridge Printing. I don't know if that's quite their name. I know it's Eagle Ridge.
Yes.
But they did all the printing, and they're going to print some shirts for us here coming up. So
I'm so excited.
give a shout out for that. Yeah, Shakti Pimp.
Shakti Pimp,
Yep.
our new
So,
thing.
coming out. Trainerize in Circle, still really trying to encourage people to use Trainerize in Circle. So if you are not in the area and you want to be trained by us and you can't connect with us locally, then join our Trainerize app. You can get either just fitness, just nutrition, or fitness and nutrition. And again, it caters to your constitution. So you take the constitution quiz and then it lines you up with where you might fit. And we can set up a plan for you. And then
It seems like a lot of people are now coming through on the nutrition side. Like that's really starting to
they're
become,
starting to think that you can't out-train a bad diet.
what do you know?
Weird.
So odd.
Yeah.
No, but I'm really excited about it. I'm glad. I like how people are approaching us about the nutrition piece because I think there's a lack. Well, it's interesting. There is an abundance of education out there about nutrition, but a lack of information.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it really is the case.
And then Circle is the education piece. So if you want to know what these constitutions are, what they entail, what is Ayurveda, a little bit more about, what is this thing called Dharma? What is this thing called Shakti? Why does it say Shakti Pimp on this sticker? Those are all things that you learn from our Circle app. And then you have an idea as to, oh, that's what that means. And
It's
you
really
make
the
connections.
why. It's really the why around everything it is that we do.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
important.
you get the fitness, you get the nutrition, that's the how, but then okay, why did that work? Those are all things to think.
Or why am I doing it?
Yeah. And then follow us on YouTube. We're getting up there, but we are still trying to get our 200. So 200, let's go.
We are at 182.
Yeah.
We are so close, people.
Yep.
We just need 18 more of you to subscribe,
Yep.
please.
18. So
And
if you
share it with
haven't-
friends if you have subscribed.
Yeah, if you like what we say at all, share with someone and tell them to subscribe to YouTube.
Yep. Don't be a dick. Click.
Be a dick and click.
Sorry, I just had to flew out of my mind.
And then those are all the things I had written down. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that was about it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. Anything on the Shakti Pimp front?
Shakti Pimp front, we are going to get shirts and some swag made with the Shakti Pimp. Again, not to, I guess, spoil the information, but Shakti means energy. And so we
Female energy.
kind of just, so you have Shakti and Shiva. So
Yes.
Shiva and Shakti. Shiva or Shakti is basically what gets Shiva moving.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's the feminine to the masculine.
Yes, it is.
So we were kind of, I don't know what we were doing one day, but we just kind of were throwing that phrase around.
Well, no, how it came about was I forgot who actually said it, but was like, oh my God, I love being around the energy you guys create. And, I think it was like something from Hybrid Camp or yoga, or I don't even remember, or even somebody listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, you guys just create such, great energy. And we were all about saying, well, it's all about creating that environment. And we're just Shakti pimps. We just pimp out good energy. So that's what we're trying to do. So
And they're like,
yeah,
we should create an image with that on a sticker or
Yes.
something. And then Jesse Crozier created this beautiful design for us.
Yes.
So, yeah.
so you're going to start seeing more of that, which is exciting. So the first round is the stickers.
Yep. First round, the stickers.
Yep.
And we'll get shirts and sweatshirts and
That's what
hats.
hats. I know you're all about the trucker hat.
Yep. Trucker hat.
I'm looking forward to the beanie
Yeah.
in the winter.
If it doesn't look like a big blob on there. Or we just have the,
We just have
Make it
the
work.
words and then maybe the image on the back, or if the image doesn't work, we just do it that way. But
Yeah.
I know you have a good head for a trucker hat.
I have a trucker hat. head.
You do have a trucker hat head. There's I don't wear hats like that. My head is too small.
Yeah.
That's why I also don't wear cowgirl hats, but I don't.
Is that the only reason?
No, it's not. It's not. I don't like country music and I don't like cowgirl hats. Okay.
Or pants. Or shirts.
Right.
Or dancing. Or, yeah.
Yep.
None of it. Or rodeos.
And live in Idaho, where everybody likes country music here, and I do not. So,
Anyway. Okay. So wellness check-in. It's number 2.
yes,
Are we ready?
let's do it.
Okay.
You go first. You go first.
Okay.
I know she's like, damn it. You should have rock, scissors, papered this one.
Wellness check-in. So physical level.
How are we doing physically?
Yeah. I don't know if it's allergies, hormones, what's going on, but I've got some stuff going on. So
Feeling tired, inflamed.
Yeah, feeling tired, feeling inflamed.
Summer, dude.
Tired. Yeah. Need more sleep. Like, haven't been getting enough sleep. Went to a drier climate, if there is anything other than Boise being dry, but went to a drier climate. That didn't help.
That amazes me that Twin is that much drier.
It really is. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm drinking water all day when I go to Twin. It's windy.
It's more windy.
dry.
That I notice.
Yeah.
So
So maybe it's the wind. My Vata self.
just blowing in the breeze.
Blow that in the breeze. Yeah.
God.
So something, but man, I just really got.
Do you feel
dry.
like it's balmy here in Boise?
Yeah.
Wait.
Woo. I just feel more normal when I get to Boise. Like when I'm in Twin, I feel off. And then, I love my parents, but man, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then you're driving down there, and it's like 2 and change, and then the wind is whipping. It's a lot.
Yeah. It is.
And again, we underestimate the impact that climate has on our mental, emotional state, our physical bodies, the whole thing. It has a huge impact.
Yeah. So I go from that, and then I teach a hot yoga class. So then I'm going to hot and humid. Like, come on.
You were dying.
Yeah.
But dying on the vine, it's either like moist and heated or dry and shriveled.
Sit at home naked the rest of the time, evidently. God. It's brutal. Yeah, so there's that.
And we're coming up on fall. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I'm excited about fall, but
It'll be cooler at least, but yeah. My joints are gonna hurt. Anyway, on an energetic level, that's been another thing too. I had the full moon, I think, is maybe tonight or was it
I
last
think
night?
it is tonight,
tonight. I think it
or
is tonight.
tomorrow. I'm not sure.
But boy,
But it's close. Ooh.
A couple
it is-
days ago, I was losing my shit, just energetically. I could not get to sleep. I just felt off, just super anxious, and called upon
Ulasini?
you and Ulasini to try to help ground me. And so thank you so much, Ulasini, with True North. If you haven't gone to see her, she's amazing.
Gotta do it.
And she's like, just take 2 minutes and just do this grounding exercise. And that helped a lot.
Yeah.
And then just really also knowing that people care enough to help me out, that, people are checking in on me, that I can go to people who actually have knowledge and be like, yeah, Mercury's in retrograde. You've got a full moon coming up. Like, not that that's an excuse, but it's at least some sort of like, okay, that might be a reason as to why I need to take a little bit better care of myself.
It's an
in this way.
explanation.
Yeah. And one thing that Ulasini said was she mentioned that she's mentioned before that my intuition is much stronger than I think it is. And then she also mentioned that, people are wanting the energy that you have, and so you have to try and conserve that energy.
Yep.
And so that was another thing that I took to heart. I was like, okay, good to know.
I think also one of the other pieces for you is you're naturally more of an introvert.
Yes.
And you have to take into consideration that the past couple of weeks, like you've gone to multiple BNI meetings and, you're meeting a lot of people and a lot.
Not thinking I'm nervous, but
Right.
then when I get to my presentation, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Shit, what am I supposed to say?
Saying, but I'm still super nervous to do it. Like I still get very anxious. And so that takes a lot of energy out of me too.
Absolutely. And then you have all the people afterwards who are like, oh my God, I want to meet you and we should connect. And then you're making appointments. And that has a lot of mental, emotional energy that just is going out and going out and going out. Yeah. And it affects your energetic level and obviously your physical level. So like think about the things, and I encourage this with other folks as well. Like if you're feeling fatigued, take a minute and like write down everything that you have done or have been involved in for the week prior. Mm-hmm. And chances are you probably had a really full schedule.
Yeah.
And that full schedule will suck the ojas out of you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. That's how I feel today. I'm like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
And then on mental emotional level, again, just dealing with those things. I got a little emotional because of the anxiousness that I was feeling. You kind of get in that spiral of like, oh my God, the fear, anxiety. So your emotions kind of go a little, I don't know, down the rabbit hole of what's happening. But again, mentally realizing that like, just breathe, like call upon the people that you need to call upon. And spiritually, or intuitively,
yeah.
My intuition led to my spiritual. Like, okay, I need to disconnect more from technology. I need to get out in nature more. And when I get in my car, I'm not listening to my, greatest hits. I actually turned on chanting. And so that actually calmed me down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So turned on some of my favorite chants and just listened to that in the car for the last couple of days. I'm like, oh, okay. Like didn't even want to, like when I turned the other music on, I was like, ugh, like that's too much. So just the chanting was nice and calm. And so that I think intuitively I knew that was something that I really needed with the stress. And then that taps me into spirituality as well.
It's awesome.
Back into that space.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. You actually inspired me because I did the same thing. Actually, I just have been driving around in silence lately, which has been really nice. Because I tend to obviously listen to music all the time, and I love it.
Yeah.
And also, like my brain felt like it needed a break.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good stuff.
So you physically.
Physically, I feel great. Hit a PR this week.
200.
200
our
pound.
new YouTube subscribers. So let's go, people. You're only at 182. Let's go. You can do better.
Yep, 200 pound deadlift this week. That was very exciting. So was training with August and said to him, okay, fall goal. By the end of the fall, I want to be able to hit a 200 pound deadlift. And he's like,
let me see if I can see that reaction. His reaction was, why don't you just do that right now?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that very
my August impression.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
That very August face. You're going to do that today. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. And we had several warm-up sets, a lot of warm-up sets. So by the time I got to 200, to the 200 pound, and it was free bar.
Yeah.
So it was the 45 pound Olympic bar and the remaining of the,
which is different
weights.
from a Smith machine.
It really is.
Like, what's a Smith machine? Basically, the bar.
I you know what? It's
Just
funny
the
you
bar.
should say that because I asked.
Okay.
I asked at the gym and they said it's 25 pounds.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. So
when
that
I think I'm doing 160
right. You're really doing
on a Smith
185.
machine, I'm doing 185.
You're doing
That
185.
makes me feel a little better.
Yeah. Dude, that's a good deadlift.
Yeah.
So the free bar, it's a difference. I
45.
actually, it's a 45 pound bar.
Yeah.
I actually feel I like the feeling of doing deadlifts on the free bar better
I
than
do
a
too.
Smith machine.
I like doing everything with a free bar.
Totally.
Better.
Yeah.
It
It just feels better. So I'm excited about that.
and actually, Mind Pump just talked about that, the difference between free weights and machines.
You know what? I didn't listen to that episode yet. What was the nutshell on that?
Well, the free weights just creates better. It's more real life.
Yeah.
Like you don't have this contraption around you that's like
keeping the balance for
safely
you.
moving it in one direction. Like you just don't have that.
Yeah.
It's free weight. You've got to balance. You've got to stabilize.
Yeah.
So they came to the conclusion that free weights are better for most things.
Absolutely.
If you have an injury,
Yes.
machines.
Yes.
But to keep from having injuries, free weights
Yeah.
are the thing.
The thing to do. Yeah. Well, you have all of those small stabilization muscles that you're working. So I just, because of all of, the injuries that I've had in the past, I just feel more comfortable and safer doing the free bar. The Smith machine, sometimes I feel like I'm adjusting in somewhat of an
Probably
awkward
not,
plane.
Yeah, not in a great position.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
a somewhat of an awkward plane. So, good. I'm glad you said that because
And I've always known that.
yes.
I just, Planet Fitness, they just have the Smith machines, which
Right.
kind of drives me nuts.
I know.
But
Well, they have free bars, but it only goes up to 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Of which, for the record, I also curled 60 pounds
damn.
this week. Yeah. I hit 5 reps on 60 pound and then I finished it off with the 50. But I was stuck on bicep curls for a long time.
Yeah.
I was stuck at like 15-pound dumbbells forever.
Yeah.
And then made the jump to 20 because not every place has 17 and a half, which for the record is a magical set of dumbbells.
17.5 is nice.
17 and a half is nice.
22.5 is nice.
Yep. And so are 12s.
Yeah, 12.5.
So as we're building out the garage gym, of which we're building out a garage gym, I want to get 12s, 12 and a half or 12s, 17 and a half and 22 and a half.
Yeah.
Because they do make a big difference.
I also want to get 40s and 50s and
Yeah, absolutely.
those things too.
Of course.
Yeah.
The
If anyone wants to donate some money.
Exactly. If anyone has any free weights that you would like to donate that are above 30 pounds or 12s, 17 and a
Or
half.
ski erg.
Or 22 and a half. Yes, or ski erg. Please let us know. So those were 2 big PRs this week.
Yeah.
Deadlifts and at 200 and bicep curl with a 60-pound bar. I was excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. So energetically, feel very good. Feel very good. I'm excited for our team Spartan this weekend. I feel like everybody's in a good energetic space. I will say that I feel like there's a lot of chaos going on around me. Family, a lot of chaos going on around me, and I'm just trying to stay that quiet space within the tornado storm that is going around. I actually called upon my spiritual teacher, Devarshi. Thank you, Devarshi, for answering my call. Just asking about some things about what I was feeling about like energetic stuff going on and just getting some feedback. I'm like, is there anything wrong with me? He's like, no. And he actually said, and this kind of taps into the mental emotional space, because when things are going energetically, chaotically around you, you start and you don't see it the same way. I will have a tendency like in my head to be like, is there something wrong with me that like I don't see it the same way that everybody else around me sees it? And so it was good to be able to talk to my spiritual teacher, and I recommend that everybody has one, and just say, hey, look, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm feeling, and somebody who knows me, has known me for a long time, and was able to give me feedback, and the thing that he said, which just clicked right away, was, you just live in a different reality, and a lot of it surrounds death and health and all of that kind of stuff. And we've, in our practices and in our lineage, we've done decades of work in that space. So it felt good. So mentally, emotionally, I was like, okay, clean, good, feel good. Intuitively, I knew that. And so I'm just trying to hold the course and hold boundaries right now, which is a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. And I'm in the belief state that as things energetically, the cosmos and all of that around starts to, it's not a coincidence that things get really, really heightened when Mercury is at the height of its retrograde, which was like last week, where it was like, oh my God, this is insane.
People losing their shit.
No, like losing their shit. Like, I've seen people lose their shit, but this was like, whoa, okay.
So this is the very end of July for anyone who needs to timestamp this.
Yeah.
If you had some crazy shit go on last week, that's why.
Thank you for timestamping that. Yes, crazy, crazy shit. So, and I typically don't get swept up in that, but I will experience a higher level of anxiety. And
You're friends with me. So it can be very difficult to not get swept away.
I have a lot of vatas in my life,
Yes,
right?
you do.
Like I do. And the vatas that are in my life are people that I'm very close with. You, Michael, my mom. So like the three pillars, like mom, spouse, bestie, like are all vatas. So I think I've been trained.
It's like whack-a-mole.
Exactly.
Ground you. Ground you. Ground you. Oh, shit.
It's totally whack-a-mole.
Ground. Yeah.
So I've become skilled at, somewhat skilled, I think. I'm not going to say I'm an expert, but somewhat skilled at dealing with vata. So I try not to add to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been good. And spiritually, I've had silence, which has been nice. And also just killing the yoga nidra right now, which has been very, very rejuvenative.
Do more of that. That one night when I was trying, I'm like, let's try some yoga nidra. Nope. Not going to work.
Nope.
Ah.
This isn't going to happen. And I've actually recommended a lot of yoga nidra to a lot of clients because this week it wasn't just the people who are close to me personally, but also like clients. They were just like, woo, over the top. So it's
We
been
live
good.
in a vata deranged society, so.
Well, and I also don't think that people really understand the role of a coach / personal trainer / yoga instructor / spiritual teacher. Like, we take in a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We take in a lot, and, when we work with clients physically, whether nutrition or working their training program and all of that, you get into the depths of like some very deep samskaras for people. And that's the whole piece that people don't see. Yeah. People think of the personal trainer as the person who's at like the big box gym and, they just, walk around, show people how to use machines. When you're a professional in that arena, it's everything. You are a life coach, you are a therapist, you are a nutritional counselor, you are a priest, you are just, a whole
comedian
bunch.
sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. A conduit. I mean, you're, also a punching bag. So there's a lot. And so I think that we, just like the impact the environment has on us, people underestimate the impact that other people's energy has, on us. So by time the weekend comes, I'm like, okay, I need to refuel. Because I've had clients who are just like, why don't you train on Saturday? I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Like, Monday through Friday's good. We're
Same
good.
thing with high school teaching.
Yes.
By the time I got to Friday, I was like, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to go out.
No.
Saturday, Sunday, I got to catch up on everything, and I just do not want to be around anyone.
Right.
And I'm finding this is no different.
No, it's not. It's different in one aspect, but the whole people interaction thing is very much the same. And honestly, 2 days off is not enough.
Mm-mm.
Well, especially if we're racing on the weekend.
Yeah.
Because then that's like a whole other thing. And unfortunately, I'm very excited about the Spartan this weekend, but unfortunately it's on Sunday rather than Saturday.
Yeah.
Because we're typically, Saturday racers, but it's all good. But that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. So if everybody out there is dealing with energetic issues, it makes perfect sense right now. Just wait it out. Retrograde ends on the 11th, I think, of this month. And the full
Not
moon.
soon enough.
I know. The full moon is within a couple of days. So Just hang in there. Boundaries, people.
Boundaries.
Which leads us to our discussion on intuition.
Yeah.
So, talk to me about what you are thinking with this particular topic. I know you had some starter material.
Okay. So as we were discussing this topic, intuition and relationships, we were looking for, okay, how do we do the lead in as to, where this all kind of comes from? And we also want to kind of lead into the spiritual piece, which is going to be coming up next.
Yes.
So I dove into the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali.
Yes.
And I was looking for something that would kind of fit this topic. And so I found...
And there's a lot in here.
There's a lot in here. And I was trying not to that's a favorite. Oh, that's a favorite. Like, there's one that I haven't necessarily looked at yet.
You picked a good one.
Yeah. So...
And if you haven't read the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali, classic, and you should.
And really, it would be beneficial for you to read it with others. Like,
could not agree more.
Discussion is really the best to do this. Okay, so I found the quote on page 69.
Mine is on 73 because my book is so old.
Oh,
yeah.
Old school.
Oh, no, like literally the pages are falling out of the binding.
Oh.
This thing.
Well used.
Book, yes, this has got to be 30 years old, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Jay.
So when I saw this, I was like, okay, I think we can really work with this.
Mm-hmm.
So the quote, I won't even attempt at the Sanskrit.
Don't worry about it.
So the quote is, "This special truth is totally different from knowledge gained by hearing, study of scripture, or inference."
Mm-hmm.
So that inference, totally different from knowledge in your brain that you load up with, like, I want to know this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Intuition is that stuff that you feel. It's the inference. It's the initial not reaction, but the initial feeling that you get. Mm-hmm. And then we go to our head. So.
Yes.
So
for the record, this particular sutra is in book 1. It's Sutra 49. Mm-hmm. And it's under what is known as Samadhi Pada, or the portion on contemplation. And just as a brief, because I can't not talk about the organization of the Yoga Sutras, because it actually does have relevance, there are 4 padas, or books, within the sutras. You can even call them chapters if you wanted to. Yeah. And the first one is known as Samadhi Pada, the portion on contemplation, because the whole point of the first book is when we have a series of questions, we're contemplating different ideas in our lives. And that's what starts to draw us to ask questions. So the first book, the portion on contemplation, we come to the table with questions. And this usually happens with a lot of people. People call it a midlife crisis. It's a midlife awakening where all of a sudden we start to realize that the things that we were taught maybe are not necessarily true, or I have questions about this because I'm changing. I've been on the planet for a couple of decades, and all of a sudden we have these deeper questions. And so that's where this book begins to kind of launch from. And this particular sutra is a good one regarding this whole idea of intuition, because it's a powerful piece. Did you want to read some of the commentary that's in here?
Or I can.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that just that first paragraph is really important. Like, when you achieve.
Okay. So interesting. You want to say that Sanskrit? So when you achieve that.
You're so funny. The face. Ritambara prajna.
Interesting. Awareness. You understand everything without study. When you transcend the mind through proper concentration, you feel the cosmic force or God. You can check your experience with the scriptures or through the word of sages and saints, but it is known by you through your own experience. Until then, all you have heard and read and visualized will be by your own mind.
That, I think, those 2 sentences is the most powerful piece.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about the whole idea of intuition. And believe it or not, folks that are listening, we are going to relate this back to relationships. But I think it's important that we discuss that intuition it's a deep inner knowing that arises from a connection with our higher self rather than from logical reasoning or this whole idea of external influence,
which can be much more manipulated.
1,000%.
Yeah.
And actually in society right now, we're so manipulated by external information that people believe that it's actually their own inner knowing.
Mm-hmm.
We have confused the two.
Yeah.
And that is indeed not the case. So understanding, and the only way that we actually know whether it's our intuition or manipulated information that's coming at us that has crept into our minds through sound bites of 12 seconds or less is in silence. So one of the things that I'm going to put out there right out of the gate, because we've had people ask, well, how do I cultivate my intuition? You got to learn how to meditate.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself is its own process. The interesting thing is that the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali is a guide on how to do that, which is really interesting. So I think it's important that people understand what intuition actually is. And this whole idea of Ritambhata Prajna. Okay, so Ritambhata is a Sanskrit word that has two pieces to it. Ritam, which means truth, and bhata, which means full. So it's full of truth. And prajna, I think you know what that means. It's awareness, it's wisdom, it's true knowledge. So you are the embodiment of true knowledge. There you go. And so it is, this awareness is something that is actually very soulful, and it is connected very, very deeply into who it is that we are. It's that inner knowing of like, yeah, I know this to be true. And the quote problem with it, and it's not a problem, the problem that people see with it in society is, well, it's not fact-based. Your intuition isn't based in facts. And so we have negated intuition, that gut feeling, that inner knowing, because society is so legally driven.
Yeah.
It's, well, I want to know the series of facts that led to this particular incident happening. And like, yes, you can lay out facts with a variety of different things, and I'm just using the legal piece as an aspect. But we also have an inner knowing that something is either a fit or not a fit, or something is wrong or not wrong. You know, even in such things as like death and dying, there are people who have like an inner knowing of like, it's my time. It's my time to pass, or it's not my time to pass.
That's actually probably when it's the strongest.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
You have no more ties to this physical world. You're ready to move on, whether it be you don't want to be in pain anymore, whether it be your loved ones have finally shown up. Like
Yes.
At the end is when you have the best intuition of like, no, it's time.
And it's interesting that it happens at the end of life because it wraps around. It's like children. Babies know intuitively, quote, right from wrong. They know what they're drawn to, and they know what they're repelled from. And animals, same thing. Animals will intuitively know, like, ooh, that person's not safe.
Yeah.
Like, you've probably seen that with bonsai. Bonsai, like, oh, no. I mean, my kitties, Harlequin and Marrakesh, forget it. Like, there are people that they're drawn to and people that they're not. And they are operating according to that intuition. A lot
Then
of people,
as children, they are told something different.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And it's not until we get close to death that wraps back around. And if we haven't cultivated it through meditation and pranayama practices over time, which is not underrated and it's not fucking woo-woo, okay? I get so sick of that. Like, oh, you do that woo-woo stuff. No, This is actually helping you with your life. This isn't woo-woo. You need to cultivate that aspect of yourself.
Breathing and quieting the mind is not woo-woo. It's self-preservation.
And extremely necessary on multiple levels, not only from a self-preservation aspect, but also from a growth standpoint.
Yeah.
We need to be in silence. So that's just I just had to put that out there about the importance of intuition. And intuition is actually the light of the soul coming through.
Yeah.
We have to pay attention to that. The problem is when we don't pay attention to it, look where we are now. The world that we live in is the direct result of not paying attention and cultivating our intuition, and rather listening to, quote, facts that have been actually manipulated through sound bites to make us believe that it's actually part of our intuitive state. And that is not true. Yeah. And look at the fucking shit show we have right now. Yeah. And that's the thing that's very interesting, because those that are, quote unquote, in power, and I'm going to be a little political right now, but those that are in power, they want to keep driving the agenda of not cultivating our intuition because that's where our power is. Yeah. And if they can hijack that, I mean, there are whole entities out there in companies like Google and Yelp and Amazon. There are whole departments that are dedicated to manipulating information and making people believe that this is what they are thinking and what it is that they want so that they can make a buck.
Well, and don't even get started on AI. You're creating AI which has no intuition whatsoever.
Zero.
And yeah, you're focusing on building something that, again, has no emotions, no intuition. When they see that something is not logical, they'll just get rid of it. That's my fear coming out, that we're not even thinking about that. We're creating a monster that has no feelings, no intuition, no emotion. And if they see that something needs to be eliminated in order for something else to work, they're going to do it.
The genie's out of the bottle. And that's a frightening thing to think about. It's interesting because last night, Michael's like, let's watch a movie. And I was like, cool. And so cool. And I was actually hoping that F1, the new Brad Pitt movie, was out, because there's somehow now Amazon Prime has a relationship with like the movies that come out. And so like if a movie comes out in the theater, then Amazon Prime has it 4 to 6 weeks later.
For rental?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have also
pay for it.
Right. But they still have the trailer, so it wasn't ready.
Wait a few weeks.
It's not out yet, so it doesn't matter. So instead, I don't know, we were just looking for something action-packed, et cetera. And so Gran Turismo came up. And true story, the whole thing about individuals who play the simulated video game of Formula One racing, and then Nissan attached itself to it and created a program where they actually cultivated simulated racers and made them Formula One racers. It's actually a true story. Long story short, one of the sponsors during that time was the company Puma. And I was like, oh my God, Puma, like that's OG. Like Puma was a big deal when I was young. And then what shows up in my Instagram feed this morning? But like, here's the Puma shop. It's like, come on, dude. Like, really? Come on. Like, and it is so wired that people are believing that like, oh my God, this is my intuition. Like, and I'm going to manifest it in purchasing a pair of shoes off of Instagram. Like, oh God. But we have both, and I'm going to share this, gone against our intuition. Never. And have allowed the ego mind, the ahamkara, the false self, to hijack our soulful self, our intuition, and as a result have made decisions that were not in our best interest. Go. You're first.
Okay. So
I have a very ripe and ready example, so I'm good. Go. I'm
I know.
excited.
Well, yeah, it's probably no surprise that the dating world for me has been probably more ego driven with,
Well, and this relates to relationships.
yeah, it does. So yes, looking at the various different scenarios that I've had in the past and how really battled between my ego and my intuition. My intuition on one end was like, I don't really think that's a very good idea. And then my ego was like, well, just wait a minute. Like, don't really, be too quick to dismiss that individual because of that reason. And it turned out pretty much every time that, nope, that person is not the individual for me. And same thing on the opposite of that, to where I had a individual that I thought, I don't know. I don't know if this person is really for me. Whereas intuitively, I was like, this person's actually a pretty good fit.
This person that was not sure if it was going to be a fit. The irony of it was that it was actually the best fit.
Mm-hmm. And I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Everything that the communication was great. The conversation was great. The way they would respond was very good. And my mind was just like, well, I don't know. Let's just see what else is out there. And I mean, this is great, but I don't know.
Resist the joy.
Resist the joy. Yes. Resist any joy that you might have and waste, 4 months of your life on other things.
But you know what? To be fair, in this particular situation, you had to go through that process.
I did.
In order to get there. And so, like, let's not dismiss that. Like, sometimes when we go against our intuition, we eventually wind up wrapping around, but we have to go through that process. Yeah. And I don't think that that's a bad thing.
No.
I actually think that it helps cultivate the intuition more, where it's like, I knew this. Mm-hmm. I could have taken care of this or taken steps forward 4 months ago, but I didn't. And the timeline becomes shorter then.
Yeah.
So, mm-hmm.
Yep. As far as other non-romantic relationships, I had a great discussion with my brother last night, talking about the relationship with my parents, and not to give too much detail because I don't want to give too much personal information, but
well, it's not your story to tell.
No. Just actually making my brother very aware of just the idea that everyone has a perspective and everyone has like their own intuition that they're dealing with, and then also their ego that they're dealing with. Oh, yeah. So I was just talking to him about how I viewed my parents' relationship and all of our relationships, and how, growing up, and I was left in the home a lot by myself. And so I think that kind of built sort of an intuition that you just do things yourself. Mm-hmm. And so it made me pretty independent as an adult. Whereas my brother was talking about how he would always, growing up.
Was he micromanaged?
Well, no.
Or helicopter parent?
He was like, yeah, I was wondering, like, you always got to be in the house and I had to be outside. And I was like, yeah, and you would hide. My parents would be like, where is he?
Like he was hiding outside?
He would just be like going for walks or just wandering around the farm. But intuitively, he was like, I don't want to experience that emotion. I don't want to deal with that situation. So intuitively, I'm going to run away. And so he was following his intuition of like, I'm just going to take a walk.
So he was just like, take off on the farm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was he like on the milk carton at any point in time?
No. He would always be found again, but he was usually just somewhere out in nature.
Nice.
That was his intuition as well, just to be out in nature and hang out with nature. But it was just very interesting that, my experience created sort of intuitive of like, I kind of like being alone. This is kind of nice. Mm-hmm. But then that's kind of created that independence in me that later on is like, okay, you really could have people help you with things.
And that's okay.
Yeah. But the intuition is, the ego mind is always kind of fighting that. Like, no, the intuitive sense is like, no, get somebody to help you. But my mind is like, no, I have to do it by myself.
Well, that's what we call, and well, you know this word, but for our listeners, that's what we call the chitta. The chitta refers to the mind, our encompassing thoughts around the mind, memories, and also our unconscious patterns, or our samskaras, where we've developed ways of being as a result of circumstances in our lives, and it's the chitta. Get your chit together. It's the chitta, as the ancient yogis would say, that hijacks the intuitive self, and the soulful self, because it's rational. Like, I've had these experiences, and so therefore all of these experiences add up to something that has more weight than actually what is intuitively inside of me that I should be paying attention to.
So intuitively, I really want help with this, but then just my experiences have created the mind stuff that is like, nope, you were left alone as a kid. You need to do these things alone.
Yeah, being alone equals independence. Yeah.
So those were a couple of examples that I could think of.
Yeah, mine was my first marriage.
Okay.
Oh my god. And it's no, how should I say? It is no fault. That's a good word. It is no fault of my ex-husband, of whom I literally have not seen since the day we got divorced.
Okay.
Which has been 20 years.
Yeah.
And I've heard nothing, zero. But I knew literally the day after. I mean, I knew before. Before we got married, it was one of those things. You're in your 20s and everybody's getting married. Okay, I guess
the manipulation that everyone should get married.
Right, I guess this is what I'm supposed to do. I intuitively knew at a young age that I did not want to have children. I knew that was not for me.
Yeah.
So that was an intuitive sense.
Oh yeah,
that I followed all the way. So
you want to hold this baby? Hell no.
Do not. And it's no disrespect to people who have children. Like,
it's just not for me.
Right. You are excellent humans. Not for me. And that is something that I held firm on. And as you know, when you are a young woman, especially in our culture, there's a lot of pressure to have kids. A lot. And so the fact that I got through that, because especially in my 30s, there was a lot of people who, that I went to high school with or, graduated college with, that were not only getting married, but were like a couple of years later, we're having kids. And it was like, oh, are you going to have kids? And I'm like, nope. And then they look at you like you've got 15 heads. And it's
why
like,
not?
right, why wouldn't you? And I'm just like, because I don't want to live that life. And it was just not the life for me. So that was something that I knew intuitively, do not do this, and didn't. And so I'm glad that I stuck to my guns on that. And besides the fact that my brother then had triplets, and so that kind of took the focus off of me. It was like, there you go, mom and dad, there's 3.
Yep.
So there was that. But my ex-husband, again, we were going through the 20s. We're both in grad school together. We were in the same program together. And it was like, okay, let's just get married. And so we did. And I knew beforehand, I'm like, I don't think this is a fit. And not because he was, a bad person or anything along those lines. It just wasn't a match. And it was a match at the time.
Your intuition,
right,
saying there's something that's just not going to work.
This isn't going to work. And so we got married, and I actually wrote about this in my book. Literally the day after we got married, I woke up in the hotel room, and he was still asleep. And I walked over to the hotel window, and it was pouring outside. We had a beautiful wedding day, but it was pouring the next day and snowing, which was bizarre. And I looked at him and I said literally out loud, he was still sleeping. I was like, that was a bad idea. And but like a good Catholic girl, I stayed married for 5 years. And then it was just, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And so that is all to say that when we go against our intuition, sometimes we make very big decisions going against our intuition. And I don't have any regrets of going through divorce and all of those
You
kinds
had
of
to go
things.
through it.
You have to go through it. And there is a process for sure. But if I had paid it, I often wonder if I had paid attention to my
You had
intuition.
cultivated your intuition.
Great one. Thank you.
Yeah.
If I had cultivated my intuition a little bit more at that point, what would things have been different? And then I think, well, they could have been, and we wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now. So I don't know. Like, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I also think that in modern times, people, men and women, go against their intuition for different reasons as it relates to relationships. Afraid to be alone, afraid that they are not lovable, afraid that they will never find somebody, especially nowadays, because people, they don't meet like we did back in the day. Back in the day when you met people in college, you met people at work, you met people at school, or you actually went out with friends.
I'm in that second realm.
Right.
I was in that second
Right.
realm.
Yeah.
Where you meet everybody online.
And you meet everybody online. And you don't get, intuitively, let me flip this. Intuitively, when you were dating, via the online app, like when you were, looking for connection, what did that say to you intuitively? Like, were you just like, God, this is not me? Or look at her face. Her face is like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, even before I had signed up for online dating sites many times in the past. And once I got through it all and started seeing the people that were matching with me, I was like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like my intuition was just telling me like, you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. Delete.
Abort.
And it was only when I wrote it in my, like I've said before on the podcast, when I wrote it in my Clever Fox that you will try to find romance this year. I'm like, well, shit.
Now that it's written down.
Now I got to actually try. So that was the only reason why I got on those sites. And yeah, it just time after time after time, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, just meet the person. Just be yourself. Go to the places that you want to go. Do what you want to do, and you will find that person. And if it doesn't happen, then take a look at your life and you're fine alone. Like,
yes.
That's intuition.
Which intuitively you already knew. Like,
Yes.
I'm fine alone.
Yes. I was forcing something that, even in that Clever Fox situation, I was forcing something that didn't need to happen yet because intuitively I'm like, I'm fine by myself.
And at that stage in the game might not have been ready.
Yeah, clearly not.
See, I missed that whole thing because Michael and I were married before, online dating really became like the thing.
Oh, you're lucky.
I know.
It's not fun.
It's interesting. I remember, it's totally the way people meet nowadays.
And you can hide so much. Oh my goodness. It's terrible.
Well, some of the photographs, like, wow.
Some people aren't hiding that much at all.
Right, yeah, that's like
They're just letting it all out there.
What?
Can see exactly why I'm swiping
The opposite direction. This is a no. But I remember when, because we're pre-Google. I'm pre-Google. And I remember when online dating first became a thing. I actually had a high school friend who met her first husband online. And I was like, oh, how did you guys meet? She's like, well, we met online. Like, it was like something you never.
Weird.
Oh,
weird
yeah,
thing.
it was weird. Like, because you had all of those like 80s and 90s like after school specials about like meeting people online. It's always a creeper.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's always this like weird thing. And now it's just something that's, completely like that's how people meet. They, and so I leapfrogged over all of that because
It's starting to shift.
Yeah.
People are getting tired of it.
I agree.
You're getting tired of the games. You're getting tired of the triviality of it.
Agreed.
The hookup culture.
Right.
Like
People
it's
want real
shifting.
connection. And
They do.
They really do. You can't sacrifice that. People really want.
You can try to talk yourself out of it. Like the ego can try to talk you into anything.
Yep.
But your intuition is like, nope, I need connection. And you just got to listen to it.
You do. So, top 5 things in relationships that you should pay attention to your intuition for. Okay, so I've got some, but I wasn't sure if you have any that you'd like to add. So,
Well, you start and I'll
Okay.
see what I can add to that.
so the first thing that I want to put out there, that if your intuition is bringing this up in relationships, you need to pay attention to it. Negative energy. If a relationship is bringing a lot of negative energy towards you, get away from, oh, well, their circumstances is this, and get out of the weeds of the person's story. Like, well, the reason why they're behaving this way is because of this, and this. It fucking doesn't matter.
No.
If there is negative energy coming in your direction, I don't give a shit what that person's story is.
And that's happening now. It's going to happen over and over and over and over again.
Exactly.
Been there.
And it doesn't mean that you can't have compassion. You can have compassion for the person, but you do not have to bring them into your life, because that is just drama. So I'd put negative energy and drama.
It's going to turn you into someone that you're not.
Yes. Negative energy and drama I would put together. If your intuition is saying, boop, 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 negative energy and drama alert, stay away. Okay. Do you have something?
Oh, crap. Well, that kind of fits into negative energy too, gaslighting. That's, I mean, that's
I have control as one. So control and gaslighting.
Control.
Yeah.
Control and gaslighting. Yeah, anyone who's trying to say that you're the problem, say that, well, this is why I did this because of you, or, oh, you're just being silly because of this, like that's gaslighting. And that's, if it makes you question yourself at all as to whether you're doing the right thing, whether your intuition is correct and getting you in that headspace of your mind, like, well, maybe they're right. That's control and gaslighting. They now have control over, they're manipulating your thoughts.
Yes. Which is, I do believe is different than negative energy, because people can actually not be gaslighters or try to control you, but just
negative people.
Just literally just be negative people where you're just like, dude, do you ever have a good day? Like, So
I've
I
had
think it's
that.
important to make that distinction. Okay. So number 1, negative energy. Number 2, control, gaslighting. Like, if your intuition meter is going off, abort the mission. I am going to say visceral reactions. So if you are around this individual, and this doesn't have to just be intimate relationships. This is like friendships and colleagues that you work with, et cetera. If you have visceral reactions around, like, God, this just physically, I have a reaction when I'm around this person or these people. That's your intuition literally tapping into your body and saying, this is not for you.
Yeah.
I've had that situation many times. I'm like, ugh. You feel nauseous around the person or the people. Like, ugh,
Yeah.
this is not for me.
Yep.
You go home, you need a shower.
Yeah.
So
I had a relationship years ago where I was like, I don't want to marry this person. They're not morally or don't have my values. And I'm like, it just kind of made me sick to my stomach. I'm like, why am I around this person then?
great questions. All right. So we have 3. Do you want to add anything?
Some type of dependency, maybe,
All right.
like a codependency.
Yes.
If there's a dependency between the two of you. I need this from you, you need this from me, or I get this from you and you get this from me. Some sort of codependency beyond just like, I mean, relationships should be you're helping each other soar. Like that is at the core of what I think a relationship should be. You don't give a shit about what you're going to get out of it. You want to see that person win. I mean, that's what we have.
Yes.
Like, you want to see me win. I want to see you win.
I only want to see you win.
Yeah. So those are all like, that is what a relationship should be. I'm going to support you in any way I can. I've got your back. Whose car are we going to take?
Whose car are we taking?
Those are all things. And if you have, I'm only going to do this if I get, I'm only going to do that for you if I get something else from you.
Yeah.
That's
transactional.
That's not a good situation.
And I think people know that intuitively. I'm going to add for the fifth and final one, which I think these two kind of go together, is you can't be your true self. And because you can't be your true self, you're accommodating all the time so that that person or those people feel comfortable. You can't be fully you. And this is one that I personally feel really strongly about. If I can't be the full expression of myself, then I'm out. And I've actually said this, I've actually said this to employers, people who like want to hire you to coach at their gym or to, contract, et cetera. And I give people a heads up right away, like, I'm a lot. And if that is not a direction, if you can't handle a lot, then that's okay. Like, I'm going to give you an out. But I'm also not going to compromise who it is that I am. Like, I spent years just trying to be the good girl who wants people to approve of them and all of that in my younger years. Fuck that. Nope, this is who I am. I'm going to fully be myself. And if you don't like it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Do not care. And I'm not going to twist and turn to accommodate for you. That's it. Those are our 5.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. So no negative energy, no control gaslighting stuff, visceral reactions, taking the temperature of where you are physically. What was the other one that you added?
Noticing any codependency.
Yep, codependencies. And then you cannot be your true self, or you're always accommodating to fit other people. So if your intuition is giving you signals on any of those, you got to pay attention. Anything else you want to add? And it goes back to Patanjali.
Yes, it does. No, I like all of those.
Awesome.
Those are all great. So the try this, not that,
Yes.
Based on what we've talked about today, I would highly suggest that everyone out there, if you feel like you're not tapping into your intuition and feel like your mind is taking over, sit in silence. Try sitting in silence instead of going on Google or
WebMD.
like I would do for all my medical problems
WebMD.
that I don't have. Sit in silence, tap into your intuition. Your body knows. Your body knows. And stop getting into your head and thinking that your body doesn't know, because it does. And so tap into your intuition, and really, like you said, you can only do that through silence. Just calm the fuck down and just quiet the mind. I was talking about that in my yoga class today. Like,
Calm your asses down.
just, the Hot 26 class, I'm like, there's no music, there's no in Savasana. I'm like, that is a posture that is the least mastered of anyone, because you have to lay there and just be still. Yeah. You keep your eyes open, you focus on something, and you just be present. That is so hard for people to do.
Oh, it's next to impossible.
Yeah.
I actually had a client today, ironically that you say this, I had a client today who said she has an unbelievably difficult time sitting in silence. She's like, I always have to have music in the background. I always have to be on my phone. She's like, and I know that this is a distraction. And she's actually like in very deep contemplative practice now about that, which I think is fantastic. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I had to start listening to chants in my car. I'm overstimulated. I got way too much stimulation. Instead of taking a walk and listening to music at night, I just sit in the backyard and just sit.
so good.
And I've been missing that a lot. And the person I'm in relationship with right now is always reminding me that I need to do that more often.
Love that. Truth bomb.
Truth bomb. That's a short one today.
I like it. The magic you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding. It's perfect for intuition.
Sitting in silence is work. It's
A lot.
hard.
It's hard. It's really hard. The magic you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding. So don't avoid, tap in. It's all good. And I cannot emphasize cultivating intuition is an essential part of your holistic health and wellness. You can do a ton of things with your body. We do a ton of things with our bodies. If you are not cultivating your intuition through meditation, pranayama practices, prayer, silence, you're shortchanging yourself. You have to do that. So those are 4 very strategic ways on how to cultivate your intuition.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Well, friends, we have wrapped up our whole 4th kosha, Vijnanamaya, and we'll be moving into our Anandamaya kosha to finish up the year. And then we've got some fun segments that we're planning for the end of the year, which is going to be a hoot. So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
But as always, we are so excited that you hung out with us. And please do hit subscribe on YouTube.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Click. Okay? Don't be a dick. Click. And help us get to 200 because things start to change at the 200 mark, apparently. So, but we're so close. We are at 182, I believe, as of today. So thank you so much. We appreciate you so very much. We appreciate SB Studios, who allows us to do the things it is that we do here. Love you guys.
Yep.
And thank you to all of our clients, our members of the Woman Warrior Academy, and everybody who supports us. We could not do this without you. So thank you for listening, everybody. We will see you next time. Jai Bhagwan, and may your soul be victorious.
Is life hard? Yeah, it's really fucking hard. And you can also have the life it is that you want. You just got to work for it.